Well, as everybody knows, the Brownsville School District has been embroiled in a controversy about the Pledge of Allegiance. There was a 13-year-old girl. She refused to stand and for the Pledge of Allegiance, and she was allegedly punished, and then the girl and her mother filed a lawsuit with the American Civil Liberties Union, and there had been a settlement that had been reached, and it was up to the Brownsville School Board then to approve this settlement. The insurance company was going to pay $11,000. The school district was going to pay $5,000. However, at the meeting, a lot of veterans came out that were very emotional, and they were pleased that, they felt this is very wrong, that anybody living here, that you should be pledging allegiance to the country where you're living. And a lot of other district employees felt the same. And certainly, you do have to feel for the veterans, especially the veterans who have served, maybe had friends, that loved ones that died in the war, or anybody that did have a loved one that died in service. And it is a very emotional thing. And certainly, we respect the opinions of veterans. It really does matter a lot, and you really want to give honor and tribute to the veterans. However, in this particular case, there's not too much of a leg, unfortunately, for the veterans to stand on. The fact of the matter is that the Pledge of Allegiance can't be, under law, it's not mandatory. Back in 1943, there was a case involving Jehovah's Witnesses where they feel that pledging allegiance to the country is against their religion, basically. So they took it to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court basically ruled with them. Justice Robert Jackson wrote, "If there is any fixed star in our constitutional constellation, it is that no official, high or petty, can prescribe what shall be orthodox in politics, nationalism, religion, or other matters of opinion." And in fact, the court felt so strongly about it back then that they released the opinion on Flag Day. And you have to remember, this is in the middle of World War II. So, I think you have to understand somewhat that what the court was saying here, that it is a matter of freedom, and we're a country that professes freedom and loves freedom, yet here we are making somebody recite something, making it mandatory. So it's very difficult, and there have been a lot of lawsuits and things involving the Pledge of Allegiance, but this pretty much, other things are kind of on the fringes of it. And certainly if somebody would want to challenge it and maybe see if they could get the Supreme Court to make another ruling, well, you could do that, and maybe that would happen, but certainly the cost would be monumental, particularly for a financially challenged school district like Brownsville. And that's really the whole problem with this, because now there's talk that if they don't reject the settlement, well, the first thing is that the insurance company will probably drop Brownsville. And no other insurance company is going to insure Brownsville over something like this, a very well established law. So Brownsville would probably have to go it alone. And in all probability, if it does go to court, they would probably lose, because that's the law. So what you're looking at then is, between the attorney's fees and then damages that the defendants would certainly want and certainly get, you could easily be looking at something $500,000, maybe $1 million. And where's that money going to come from? It would have to come from the Brownsville residents. So here you are, you're in a situation right now where they're having to raise taxes, they're having to close schools, they're having to furlough teachers and things. Not a good situation. So the last thing really the Brownsville School District needs is something like this, where, how would they ever pay some kind of $1 million settlement or something? If that were to happen, in all probability, the state would probably have to come in and take over the school district, and the taxpayers will lose any control that they ever had over the school district. So you really have to think, the school board members for Brownsville really have to think long and hard about this. Is this a fight that you really want to fight? And is this really going to be worth it in the end? And, you respect what the veterans have done for our country, and it's been a tremendous thing, but in the end, is this making kids say the Pledge of Allegiance? Is that going to be worth possibly losing the school district? So the hope is that maybe cooler heads will prevail. The judge has given an extension, trying to give both sides a chance maybe to kind of work this thing out. And the hope is that some kind of settlement can be reached where, it doesn't mean that the school district isn't going to exist anymore. And you hope that maybe the veterans will be understanding of the school board's decision and, what they're going through, and be looking at the longer picture. I mean, the point was made, and yes, we all wish that this hadn't happened. We all wish that everybody would just say the pledge, but for some people it might be a difficult thing based on their religion. So, and this is America and the land of freedom, so you want to be respectful of everybody's religion. So we'll see what happens with it. Hopefully, like I say, hopefully some kind of settlement can be reached out, and maybe, we don't have to get into worrying about whether the Brownsville School District is going to be around or not. So we're going to take a break right now. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
At the Herald-Standard.com, our mission is to provide news, information, and services to enable our communities to prosper. Every day, we strive to achieve this goal through 3 dynamic products. Wake up each morning to a copy of the Herald-Standard.com newspaper delivered to your home. Enjoy the e-edition and exact replica of our print product on your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Or secure unlimited access to our full-coverage digital news site online at Herald-Standard.com. One local news leader, 3 great options.
Okay, well, we're talking about the controversy in the Brownsville School District involving the Pledge of Allegiance, and we gave our view on it, and we hope to hear from what you have to say. Certainly, we welcome any discussion or opinions you might have on this controversial issue. And if you want to send us a letter to the editor, please do so. You can email it to mokeefe@heraldstandard.com, or you can send it by regular mail to 8-18 Church Street, Uniontown, PA 15401. Just remember, please, to sign the letter and also give a phone number. So look forward to hearing what you have to say. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.